Aileen Wuornos' story is a tragic one. She was born in 1956. Her life was marked by abandonment and abuse from the start. Her father was a diagnosed schizophrenic. He was imprisoned for child molestation. He killed himself while in custody. Aileen never met him. Her mother abandoned her at a young age. Aileen and her brother were raised by their grandparents. Her grandmother was an alcoholic. Her grandfather was allegedly abusive. He beat her. He also sexually abused her. Aileen's childhood was a nightmare. She was exposed to violence, neglect, and instability. She turned to drugs and alcohol at a young age. She was pregnant at 14. This was a result of being raped by a family friend. Her baby was taken away. She was forced to give up the child for adoption. It was a world of pain. It was a world without hope. Aileen's teenage years were troubled. She dropped out of school. She ran away from home. She survived by hitchhiking and engaging in sex work. She was arrested several times. She was charged with crimes like theft, forgery, and assault. Aileen's life spiraled further into chaos. She felt rejected. She felt betrayed. She developed a deep mistrust of men. She felt society had failed her. She began to see violence as her only means of survival. She was a victim, but she was also becoming a perpetrator. Aileen's rage grew. She met Tyria Moore in 1986. It was a tumultuous relationship. It was marked by both love and violence. Tyria became dependent on Aileen. Aileen continued to work as a prostitute. She felt trapped in a cycle of exploitation and abuse. Between 1989 and 1990, Aileen Wuornos killed 7 men in Florida. These were all men who had picked her up while she was hitchhiking. She claimed self-defense in each case. She said the men had either raped her or attempted to rape her. The murders were brutal. Aileen shot her victims multiple times. She robbed them of their belongings. She disposed of their bodies in remote areas. She drifted from town to town. She used her victims' identities. She pawned their possessions. She lived in a state of constant fear and paranoia. The media dubbed her the Damsel of Death. They called her the Highway Hooker. The killings terrified Florida. Who was this mysterious female serial killer? Aileen's crime spree could not last forever. Police identified her through fingerprints. They found these on a pawn slip. The slip was for one of her victims' cameras. They launched a manhunt. Her face was plastered across the news. The net closed in. Police apprehended Aileen in a biker bar. It was January 1991. She was arrested without incident. Tyria Moore was instrumental in her capture. She provided crucial evidence to the police. Prosecutors built a strong case. They presented ballistic evidence. They had eyewitness testimony. They had Aileen's own conflicting statements. Aileen maintained her innocence. She claimed she acted in self-defense. The stage was set for one of the most sensational trials in American history. In the end, Aileen Wuornos was convicted of multiple murders and sentenced to death. She was executed by lethal injection on October 9, 2002. Her life and crimes continue to be a subject of public fascination and debate. But beyond the sensational headlines and courtroom drama lies a deeper, more complex story. Aileen's life, marked by abuse, abandonment, and a desperate struggle for survival, forces us to confront uncomfortable questions about society's treatment of its most vulnerable members. Was Aileen a cold-blooded killer, or a tragic figure shaped by a lifetime of suffering? Her story has inspired numerous books, documentaries, and even a Hollywood film, each offering a different perspective on the woman behind the infamous mugshot. As we reflect on Aileen Wuornos' life and crimes, we are reminded of the thin line between victim and perpetrator, and the ways in which society can fail those who need help the most. In the end, Aileen Wuornos' legacy is a haunting reminder of the darkness that can reside within the human soul, and the complex interplay of factors that can drive someone to commit unthinkable acts. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into history's most notorious figures.